Oh, right. Kenny Smith, Total Force Holdings. Now we're going to move on to MMA bag gloves. All right, that's what these are. All right, my very first set of MMA gloves was a set just like this, and I actually really liked them. Velcro closure. All right, you notice this does not have the bar like the boxing gloves. It's just got a hole for the thumb. These are actually my dad's. I don't know if my big ass mitt will go in here. All right, there we go. So you got your Velcro closure. Wraps around. You got a little pad right here for wiping sweat, which is really important if you're like me. Notice your fingers are all independent, right? So you can grapple with them. And you don't have much protection over that hand. You also, this thumb is free hanging and can get snagged if you're not careful. All right. Where would you wear these? These right here are more like a competition type glove because they're very, very minimalist. They're not going to give you quite so much protection. They work. I had a pair of them that I used for almost 10 years. All right. And I actually wore them until you couldn't get the sweat and blood stank out of them anymore. Now, with these smaller type of gloves, one thing you have to be careful of is these edges. Now, these are new and they're still fairly soft, but as they degrade, they get real stiff, and you can actually cut your training partner up pretty bad with those. So keep that in mind. I like training with MMA gloves. I mean, I can set with my current ones, which we're going to see probably the day after tomorrow. I can manipulate my handgun with them if I want to, so I can get really in depth with my training with those as opposed to just like conventional martial arts type stuff. These right here, like I said, I had a pair of these for years. If you take care of them, they will take care of you, and you will absolutely get your money's worth out of them. The thing with the MMA gloves, though, is there is not much protection for your hand. I think these are 6s, or are they 4s? Let me see. It's been a while since I've worn this pair. It's not even marked. I know these are 4s. All right. So you look at the padding there over my knuckle area versus the padding over my knuckle area with this one. All right. I'm much more likely to sustain an injury with these than I am with the boxing glove. Further, because there is less padding, even though the purpose of a glove is to protect your hand and not your opponent, I am more likely to injure my opponent with these. Those hit like pillows. These hit like rocks. So there you go. There's your basic, very basic set of MMA gloves. You can get these fairly cheap, and they'll work for getting started in bag work. But I don't like that I can't wear hand wraps under them. Your mileage may vary. Patreon in the link.